How do I move to El Salvador? When you ask yourself this question in its totality, it's overwhelming. In short, you just do it. But of course, it's not that simple. Furthermore, there are lots of ways to move there, or any place for that matter, but it's not an all or nothing proposition. You're not renouncing your citizenship and moving on Tuesday. It doesn't work that way. It can be as fast or as slow as you need it to be, and have as many facets as you can dream up. Perhaps start with a 2-week vacation in which you check out a few places that you think would suit you, or spend 2 weeks in one neighborhood to see what it'd be like to live there. Go to the same restaurant, laundry, park. Can you see yourself there? You can certainly baby step this without quitting your job or leaving your friends and family never to see them again. One question I still get all the time is, do you think you'll live in El Salvador forever? No, I won't. I'm not built like that. My design life includes living in alpine forests, deserts, oceans, in somewhat equal or measured doses, with a lot of foreign travel thrown in for good measure. That's why I will work some in the Rocky Mountains, visit my family in Arizona, and head back to El Salvador as a home base, the ocean part of the equation. So, if a 2-week vacation is a baby step and that intrigues you, then maybe it's time to move on to step 2, an extended getaway. Why not save some money? Take an extended leave of absence or quit that shitty job you hate. You can always find another shitty job, plenty of them out there, and really soak in the culture. A standard passport stamp at the airport in El Salvador lasts about 90 days. 90 days. That's long enough to know if you really want to keep exploring this idea or cut and run, find a new place, or head back to your recurring dream you call life. A plane ticket to El Salvador is about $300 to $750 depending on where you live. The cost of El Salvador is pretty low. You can Airbnb it or find a rental. I found these places in Santa Tecla, a somewhat affluent college town near the Surf City region, where I got my place. Compare that to other places in major U.S. cities where the rent is $2,000 plus and includes a guy wiping his butt with a newspaper right outside your window. Now you can continue baby step B indefinitely. 90 days El Salvador, 1 weekend in Costa Rica, back to El Salvador, rinse and repeat the rest of your life, which is fine. But eventually you're going to want to establish some sense of normalcy and own stuff, which means getting a NEAT card, a national tax identification card, which entails finding your birth certificate and hiring an El Salvadorian lawyer. My card plus lawyer cost about $120 and allows me to make major purchases like cars and homes. Now let's stop for a moment and ponder that. A lawyer, which I know a few, or you can find them on Fiverr, took care of all of this and met me in a coffee shop to deliver the card, personally, for a mere $120. I paid that much in the States for phone calls. Their roles are much different there. Their role is to shepherd you through the legal process, not shake people down or chase ambulances. So if you have any questions, don't fear to reach out. So, with just a mere passport and a NEAT card, you can build yourself a pretty good life on the beach, jungle, or cloud forest, all without having to abandon your life in your home country. Now, of course, there might come a time when the stranglehold of Western government looks to contain the money supply within the country, thus coming up with some flimsy excuse to shut the borders and effectively shutting you off from your newfound freedom and constructed life. Thus, you may want to look further down the road of the apocalypse and consider permanent residency or a second passport. But for the near future, a plan and a passport and a NEAT card will do.